Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome you back to what is now considered a small town in Manor Lords. I am so very pleased with how things have gone here, folks. I've had such a blast taking this place from its humble beginnings to where it stands now, and so I figure, why not start over? Why not do it all over again? And obviously we're not going to start from scratch. Obviously I'm talking about our expansion to the next region over, which will give us access to this amazing, rich deposit of iron. That's going to be such a game changer. It's going to give us access to so much more industry. We're going to be able to forge our own weapons, our own armor, and that'll allow us to grow our militia's strength, grow our retinue strength, so that we can face off against the Baron and the very many bandits that seem to reside in this region. Let's take a look at where this bandit camp has been sited, all the way over here. And you know what? This time, I think we'll take care of it a little differently. Let's see if we can afford to first. This has been suggested in the comments, and I figure, why not? Let's take our retinue out to deal with these bandits. But first, let's go ahead and, of course, expand our retinue, because even 5 heavily armored individuals aren't going to stand for that long against 16 brigands. They are going to be outnumbered. It's not going to be a good time. So let's go into retinue customization, and let's go ahead and hire, I suppose, as many more men-at-arms as I can. Why not? Let's go ahead and crank this up to, I think, at least 16. We still have plenty of money left over, actually. This is kind of wild. I mean, I don't want to throw it all away at the treasury. I do need some for our planned expansion. And that expansion, by the way, isn't going to happen in the dead of winter. I'm probably going to wait until March, I think, which isn't that far away. Now, taking care of this bandit camp will replenish my treasury, but that would still probably leave us with very little buffer. So let's keep it at 16 for the time being. Of course, we have a bit more wiggle room for when we need it, when we want it. And eventually I would like to invest in these armor upgrades as well, though it'd be nice to be able to do them locally. Either way, I think we have what we need here. Let's go ahead and rally the retinue as close to the bandit camp as we can, which would be right around over here. I would still like to be able to see them once they've rallied. They'll make their way over. This won't disrupt our economy, and we'll be able to freely, without investing in mercenaries, take care of this bandit camp and increase our wealth. Now, on the topic of not impacting my economy, it was pointed out to me that I know very little about farming. Evidently, winter wheat is a thing, and so I guess the sowing here was entirely intentional, and this following harvest is also entirely intentional. Of course, I mean, I joke about not knowing anything about farming. This is something I'm familiar with, this is something I've seen, but for some reason it was throwing me off because I was so desperate to have all those people working at the farmhouse to simply grind down the wheat that we had, that I wanted them to just stay focused, but there you have it. That was entirely intentional. Of course, the mill did its work as well, as did the communal oven, and folks, we have 65 rounds of bread. I forget what it's called when it's round. I think it's a round of bread. Correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, we've got more bread than I thought we would have, and since we're getting a second harvest, we're going to have so much more. I think we're more than taken care of as far as food is concerned, which is again why I feel comfortable with that expansion now. So we're going to do that as soon as February kicks in, pretty much. And apart from that, there are a few other things I wanted to address too. For one, it was pointed out to me that I was perhaps trading away my firewood, which is why the fuel situation seems so rough. But I just wanted to reassure you that that is not the case. If we take a look at our firewood, you'll see that we are very much not trading it. And even if we were, we have a very high number that we're trying to stockpile. So that's not the situation here. It's just that our population has grown so much. We have so many more houses that we need to use that much more firewood. So we have to produce more to keep up. But we're doing all right now. I don't think we've had trouble with people feeling cold. So that's all well and good. Apart from that, I also want to point out that you don't always have to make a trade route to trade certain goods. There were, I suppose, certain goods that I've asked to import, such as berries, without creating a trade route, and that's fine. All this means is that my families have to go and pick the berries up and bring them back. Whereas if I establish a trade route, then a foreign trader will come through as well and sell us these berries. Now, there's no reason I can't do this, but having not done this hasn't prevented us from trading the resource. I just wanted to clarify that because I saw some questions coming up in the comments. So, why don't we actually establish this trade route? Because we want this resource to come through more regularly, and God knows we can afford it, so sure, let's go ahead and establish this trade route. So even though it was working, you pointing that out in the comments has made me realize that I should perhaps invest in this because it'll be worth a fair bit to us. So there you have it. Thank you, by the way, for pointing that out. And I should mention, folks, yes, I do read each and every comment, whether it's come through immediately after release or it's come through days after release of a video. I do read through all the comments, and I try to engage in one way, shape, or form, whether it's in the comments themselves or through my behavior in a video. So if you have any suggestions, thoughts, opinions, feedback, questions, drop them down below. And other than that, if you've been enjoying this series, please don't hesitate to hit that like button. And if you've not yet subscribed, you might want to consider subscribing too, because, well, there's going to be a lot more Manor Lords on this channel, apart from other city building and strategic games as well. As always, I should say. Nonetheless, folks, let's take another look here really quickly at our situation with regards to the distribution of goods. I feel like things are getting better in many ways, and staying stagnant in others. This clothing situation, I'm really hoping that these two stalls, once they get built up and once they're fully operational, I'm really hoping they'll provide what we need. Does the clothing stall always look different, or is this one in particular looking different? Is this also a clothing stall? That's a firewood stall. Oh, that's neat. They all look a little different. I've never kind of spent the time to just take a look at how the market stalls all look. I've just assumed like some of these wider ones are back to back. That's a nice little touch. Cool. I really like how this market space is expanded, by the way. It's funny to think, you know, what was it now, 9 episodes ago? I was like, yeah, you know, this will be enough. This will be fine for what I've got planned. No, double that isn't enough. I mean, quadruple that isn't going to be enough to fulfill all the needs. I mean, unfortunately, we have a few more empty slots over here, 3 free stall locations. And I wonder if I upgrade this storehouse, if those stall locations won't be taken by the families that I assign to this storehouse, and if that won't do the trick as far as clothing. You know what? You know what? I think we're going to go for it. Yeah. Upgrade you. Oh, hang on a second. Completely forgot about my military campaign. That new mercenary company is available reminded me. Is the Baron coming through, actually? Yes, he is. There's no way he's going to make it there before me, but... we know what happened last time I got a little too cocky. We know exactly what happened last time. Now, the mining pit here is being worked on as well. Clay furnace doesn't have anybody, but the pit has some clay coming through. Are we storing it? Where are we storing it, rather, I should say? At this large storehouse. Fair enough. I mean, sure, I could put it at this storehouse instead. It's a little bit closer, but I don't think that's going to... you know, that's not going to make that much of a difference. I think we're okay. Eventually, I'll take these people out of the mining pit, and I'll get them working at the clay furnace. But before then, we'll potentially have another harvest? We'll see. Lots of unassigned families right now, though, so that's looking pretty good. Means we have a lot more wiggle room as far as moving people around, assigning them various tasks. We can get maybe some hunting going over here. And that wild animal deposit is fairly dangerously low, actually. The dyer's workshop, do we have much leather? Or hides, I should say. Get 2 families working at the dyer's workshop? Let's get 2 families at the dyer's workshop, sure. Hang on a second, what am I doing? The tannery. Let's get a 3rd family. That's what I was wondering. I was like, wait, no families, but I just saw the leather count grow. My bad, folks. We don't have any berries, if I'm not mistaken, so there's no point having anyone at the dyer's workshop, and that's exactly why it's empty. Got someone at the weaver's workshop. We're doing all good. Sheep will now start being sheared because we are technically in spring. Let's go ahead and get a couple of people working at the sheep farm. And otherwise, let's hope that the tailor's shop and all that good stuff starts picking up the pace a little bit as soon as some dyes start flowing through. Got to keep an eye on those berries. And again, I could just directly import dyes. That is obviously an option. But I would like to give my people, you know, a reason to do what they're doing. I want them to be important. And if they can't keep up the pace, then sure, I'll reconsider. What these guys are bringing in. Oh, is that finally a new ox? That might finally be a new ox. I've ordered so many, it's nice to see some come through. Because it'll make us so much faster at everything we want to do. Construction, the saw pit, farmhouse, like there's so much stuff that we could use additional oxen for. Alright, let's speed time up a little bit, I think. I want the snow to clear before we expand, but we will expand this session, folks. That I promise you. We will absolutely expand this session. What do we have here? Transporting firewood, fair enough. And find a storehouse for excess weapon storage. Of course you can. We got plenty of room over here. And so many shoes. They just had all these families are preoccupied selling other things. It's almost tempting to just get a second storehouse that only sells firewood so I can control that. But I say that out loud. You have to realize that we're doing a very good job of distributing firewood. And that is a core, like, necessity. A most basic necessity. So why would I want to putz with that? Why would I want to mess that up? Right? Food variety, though, man. I mean, the reach is okay for the most part. It is just a matter of variety. Vegetables and bread. Is that all we've got right now? Not enough eggs. Not enough eggs. But we got a new chicken coop, right, in place. Or was it 2 new chicken coops? Nah, it was 1 new chicken coop. We'll see if I need more. There's always room for more. More. And again, hopefully we'll soon have additional bakeries as well. I'm trying to get 10 level 3 burgage plots. And then I can go ahead and unlock bakeries. Can I focus on that right now? This tailor shop, can't upgrade you. Requirements not met. Tavern supply. Hang on now. We got ale. It's just a matter of distribution. Yeah, it looks like we're going to pick up some more ale, so that'll be good. Fair enough. We're good there. The storehouse is still being built up. Resources being brought over, I assume. Yeah. Stuff, good stuff. And it looks like our retinue is about to be engaged, so let's go ahead and pay attention here. Might end up fighting in the trees. Camp is up there. Again, 16 versus 16. Hopefully we've got this. Hopefully I haven't underestimated the brigands. Go ahead and wait here. We should be uphill. We're tired, unfortunately, so that's not great. We're not moving downhill anymore, which is why that bonus went away. Army power balance is good. Experience is good. Fatigue is probably not going to go away anytime soon. Those guys are climbing. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Fighting among the trees. Counter charge. Our effectiveness is really not great. Hope we don't lose too many people. I'd rather not lose anybody, truth be told. Come on, man. Alright, killed one of theirs. Corpses near is hurting their will to fight. Killed another one. Excellent. And another. Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing okay. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, absolutely butchered. Absolutely slaughtered. Didn't lose a single man. That's what good equipment does, I suppose. That's great. That's fantastic. Okay, good to know that our retinue, at its current size, is capable of taking out a bandit camp. We could still grow them a bit larger. I mean, I didn't like how close that felt, to be perfectly honest. That felt like it could have been a lot safer. And we'll definitely grow the size of a retinue. God knows we'll have the money for it. So, we'll grow it. We'll grow it. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of that bandit camp. We can turn our attention back to here. And the snow is slowly clearing up. Once it does so, we'll go ahead and, again, establish our expansion. 176 days for our next harvest. And, yeah, you can see that there's no barley. So I could have flipped everything over to wheat or the winter wheat. And then flip back to barley afterwards. But yeah, this barley field has been left untouched. Cool. Cool. And our storehouse has been completed. Let's go ahead and assign an additional family here. Hope they open up a clothing stall of their own, because both of these families are selling clothing, because what else are we stockpiling here? Nothing. That's all we're stockpiling here. I wouldn't mind another clothing store to help sell some of these shoes. There's 101 of them. Yikes. 89 here, and there is the bandit camp. This belongs to my treasury now. Thank you very much. Now let's go ahead and bring the retinue back. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's the value of the retinue. Didn't hurt our economy, didn't slow anything down, and we were able to go and take care of the bandit camp without having to hire mercenaries. Obviously, there was an investment this time around because I had to grow my retinue, but otherwise, typically, it's available to us, our men. And in fact, if I go ahead... I can only customize when disbanded. Alright, I'll get into that afterwards then. 44. You know what? I need to build more houses. I'm dallying. We're gonna miss March. Go ahead and put you down to here first, and then wonder if I can get that same shape over here. Not really. Man can dream, right? And obviously it'll be a bit different because there's a contour we'll want to follow here. Actually, you know what? Let's follow the contour. I promised myself I would do such things. So let's go ahead and follow this shape. Like so. Again, forcing myself to be organic. Probably makes more sense to do this, actually. So, making sure that looks, you know, how I wanted it to. Pop that down. That feels good. So yeah, we can put a market down over here. Again, the odd shape is a good thing, I would say. And we can put some housing down over here. Maybe some more chicken coops. Eggs to go with the bread that'll eventually be made there. You know what? I'll like it. Now the question is, would I put a road down this way? I imagine yes. I imagine even though this is a downward like slope, I imagine there's no reason not, like, people wouldn't not walk there. What I should check though is, can I burgage plots over here? This way. Like so. Flip you around. Oh, that's an interesting shape. Doesn't want to go here. Okay, gotcha. So let's do this in segments. Steep. Let's figure this space out. Because it's too steep in some ways, but not in all ways. And I'm convinced, because if we do it like this, right, it'll allow me to build at least 2 homes and an expansion. So that's all well and good. So what if I flip it around? What if I do it like that? Not too steep. I think there's like there's a certain area there where it just becomes a little too steep. I can do this though. Okay, so pop you a bit further over. All the way up to there. Well, this might... too steep, okay. Funny finding these, like, tipping points. So 2 I can do, 3 is too steep. Okay, so I got a home with a backyard and a home with an expansion. It's okay, I guess. If I rotate you, what do I get? Oh, hello. So here I've got a home with a backyard. So 2 homes and a home with a backyard. Alright. Not exactly what I'm hoping for. This is 2 homes with a backyard each. Alright, so that I don't mind. So what if we only go so far so the road can come in? Not too small. Challenges. Real. We'll do something like that. Alright. Pull the road up this way. All the way to there. And let's go ahead and get the plot. I hope I don't regret that. I hope that doesn't break everything that I've planned so far. There. Really just want a little bit. I'm just trying to eke out a little bit more from this. There we go. Cool. That's what I was hoping for. 2 houses, each with a backyard expansion. And we got an extension as well. Sorry, 2 backyard extensions and an expansion. I keep flipping those words around. Alright, excellent. I do that. Nice. The homes are a bit closer to the market, to the tavern, all that good stuff, and the backyard extensions are back over here. I think I like that better. Yeah. Pop that down. Cool. Let's go ahead and make sure that these trees are being taken care of as well. Get the Woodcutter's Lodge to focus over here. Let's get the, not the saw pit, but the logging camp to focus over here as well. Just want this area cleared out. And otherwise, let's get some more burgage plots laid out as well. Because we can, because we have the opportunity right now. Yeah, I can do that. I can make it a bit smaller as well, perhaps. Still would like backyard extensions, but I don't know if I can get I get them on both sides. Probably not. It's not bad though. Let me continue this road down a little bit. And see what we're like left with in terms of room. You down to there. And that doesn't feel like a good use of space. It's too small. Alright, let's do that. Beauty. And over here. Too steep. Ah. Alright, fair enough. That's okay. Maybe we'll do something decorative over here. Or maybe we'll put a building down, like a small building down if we can. Or maybe I can, in fact, fit a couple more houses. Now, they won't have backyard extensions, so that's okay. Just living space is okay from time to time, too. Is it, though? I mean, of course it is. Sure, let's pop you down there. Why not? Good stuff. That'll be good. A good expansion for our town, I think. Lots of more people will be able to move in. And won't have to worry about it again for some time. But yeah, these logs have got to move a very, very long distance. Now, I'm being told that I don't have enough stable space. That came up fast. Let's go ahead and build another hitching post. Right over here as planned. And we'll upgrade it as soon as we can. Yeah, I guess all the stable space is being used up. Fair enough, fair enough. Poor timing on my part. Let's go ahead and prioritize this hitching post, and separately we'll also prioritize these houses once the hitching post is done. How are we looking time in terms of harvest? 170 days. Alright. Waiting for the snow to clear, like I said. And then we'll go ahead and establish our settlement out over here. I will want to make a connection. Many of you are pointing out that I should get a road to make it easier to connect the two towns. Otherwise, people will absolutely, they'll go all the way around, use this road to come all the way up over here. I don't know. And I can build a road here. Okay, fair enough. What we might do, though, is like make it a bit more curved or something. Just so it feels a bit more authentic, I suppose. And from where, though, is the question. This is too steep, I feel like. This is unrealistically steep. There's a good spot over here that I can say, believably, we'd carve a path. But where is the iron? It's right there. That's not a bad spot, actually. That's not a bad spot. The trade post, I'm just trying to picture, like, where would I put the various buildings I need to enable the transfer of goods over. So I'd probably put them somewhere up over here. They'd make their way down this way, probably like a little road down here. And yeah, they can make their way over this way. Yeah, sure. Actually, that's too steep. Make their way down. Probably continue this a little bit. Like so. So. Oh, that is still so steep. Again, I'm allowed to build it, but that doesn't look very realistic, right? I don't think I should do that, even though I'm allowed to. And maybe it'll carve the terrain and all that good stuff, but I want to really stick to the limitations of what's it called? Of grade and all that. Put you down this way. I mean, the other option is there like a... Yeah, I mean, we could go this way. That works, actually. Yeah, that works, actually. That works a lot better. This feels a lot more believable. Okay. So, this road would continue up that way. This road would continue up that way as well. Where are we? Go up to there. Build that first. Trying to figure out how to make this connection work. Yeah, up over here, I think. All right. Down, over. And around like so. I think I buy that. Yeah, I buy that. Cool. Make that road. And again, it's not, again, yes, I could absolutely just cut a straight line, but I'm trying to role play here. Trying to be as limited by reality as possible, as reasonable. These trees are being taken down. Okay, good stuff. Speed time up a little bit. How's the clay looking? Almost done, 39. Retinue's back. Let's go ahead and disband them. That took so long. Took like half a month. And I'll go home now. I was vibing out here. So, good game, boys. Good game. Good game. Well done. Well done. You know what? I think that's what they were actually doing. I think they were just chatting. That's actually kind of neat. That's neat. Anyway, over to our retinue. If we go ahead and go for customization, you'll see that over time they'll gain expertise as they fight, and that's just good reason to keep sending them out to, well, engage in combat. I'm gonna not expand them just quite yet. Gonna use this money for something else, and then we'll come back and expand that retinue further. I feel like the snow is cleared enough that I can start making some moves. How are we looking over here? Yeah, good stuff. They're getting to work over here. Obviously now this is the barley field, right? Yep. So they're getting ready for sowing barley, which has its specific season, of course, because we have the ox. We have the ox-drawn plow, which is working a lot faster. Again, you'll recall previously it was just people digging away. Now it's significantly faster. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Otherwise, what do we have? We haven't been sown. Get a family assigned here. Let's get families out of the clay mining pit. Get a family in the clay furnace, though, because I would like to keep producing roof tiles. We need those to upgrade our burgage plots, don't forget. But who else can we take out of their current roles? Maybe one from the tannery, get you assigned to the farmhouse. And in fact, how are we looking on the topic of the tannery? 6 leather, not bad. This large storehouse, still no additional shop yet. Still no additional shop just quite yet. We'll get there, I'm sure. Lots of cloaks being distributed, that's good. Food varieties looking better, that's good. Okay, excellent. I think it's partly because of those berries we're importing. 34 berries, yeah. Let's get the dyer working away. I need more families. These are being built, that's good. Is the hitching post done? I guess so, because the warning is gone. I can upgrade the hitching post. But I need someone to actually work. Remove you from the tannery as well. Alright. Yeah, I need some burgage plots that don't get upgraded, and these are going to be some of those, right? I mean, these guys are going to be upgraded because they need bakeries, and you need to be level 2 to have a bakery, but these guys will stay level 1. And we can obviously pace that expansion, pace that growth. Alright. Have a family working here. Are we still trading? We are not bringing more oxen in, so I can probably... Well, once we upgrade this hitching post, I think I'll go ahead and remove the family from the livestock trading post. Won't need them there anymore, I think. For the time being, I mean, obviously. Got all the timber you need. Yep. Alright. Go ahead and prioritize you. You're good. Prioritize you, sure. Alright. Is the ground all cleared up? More or less. Wait for the sun, then we'll expand. I swear I'm not just delaying. I just want it to look good when I make the move. Was that just a bunch of war bows we sold? That's the only thing I can assume. With that money being made so quickly, that's a safe assumption, I think. Is our work here done? Yeah, we only have the one ox. All the sewing is happening manually. Yeah. Wish I'd realized. And then I wish I'd realized at the beginning of this session that I still had a whole wheat field. I should have just checked. 150 days for this to grow. I mean, we'll take what we can get. We're already getting a decent harvest, so I'm not too fussed, to be honest. Not too fussed. I'm more fussed about emptying this farmhouse, potentially. Just so we can get people at, like, the sheep farm or something. Now, ain't that pretty? Ain't that a sight? And pretty soon off in the distance, there's going to be another one of these. Let's do it. Let's do it. A little nervous about this new expansion, but we should be okay. We've got everything we need. We got everything we need. Let's go ahead and build back over here a pack station, because that's what's going to ensure we can actually provide what we need to provide over at the new town. Pack stations have mules, and I think we'd want to have the mule back over here rather than right over here next to all of our homes. That's the vibe I get when I think about mules. Makes a bit of sense. It's next to the trading post and the small stable, so horses and all that good stuff as well. Let's go ahead and pop this road down. There we go. Build that pack station. I'll explain exactly how that works when the time comes. There we go. Is that how you're going to fit? Sure. I'm wondering if I leave more room for stables, you know? Sure, let's pop you down over here. Leave room for another stable or something. There's our construction upgrade completed here. Stable done. Now, hopefully, I can go ahead and unassign families here. I'm glad these face in, like, the same direction. At least from up top, they look like they face the same direction. Yeah, okay, good. That's good. I was worried that they would be in different orientations. But that should be good and helpful. How are we looking? 83%. Am I just going to let that be? Tempting. Obviously, we still have to sow the barley as well. Alright, fine. The families of the farmhouse are going to stay at the farmhouse for the time being. This burgage plot almost done being built. Any moment now. And as the pack station is being built, I should be safe to expand. So, folks, here's how that works. First things first, we use our influence to claim a region. We've picked a region based on the resources it has. We are able to bring the vast majority of goods over from another region if we want to. It will travel physically from location to location, as goods always have in this game. But the one thing that you can't transport like that is timber. So we're still going to need a logging camp. We get to choose this time where our settlers camp goes. It's going to cost us 250 treasury, which is why I was being rather protective of keeping a bit of a buffer. But yeah, we get to choose where it goes, and this will have the same contents as the settlers camp that we began the game with. So we'll have some supplies, we'll have some timber, we'll have an oxen, and we'll have, well, some people and some homeless, like tents basically for them to live in. Lots to solve right off the bat. I figure I could probably tear down quite a few of these trees. I could consider the water sources here as well. Rather, I should consider the water sources. What I was originally going to say is that I could consider the fertility over here, but fact of the matter is that this place doesn't have that much fertility until we get to rye, and even then, it's not that great, and that's okay, because again, that's our breadbasket, so we'll bring the food over, and I can just ignore fertility. Water, though, water I can't ignore. So yeah, we'll maybe put a well down over here, and get a church over here, have our, I mean, I can put the well down there, I could have the town center be over here, and just the mine off in the distance there. That's probably a nicer option. We can go ahead and establish our logging camp where? Where would I want my logging camp? Maybe just like over here and clear these trees out. could get some berries here as well. It is a rich deposit, so you can see that's a lot of berries. And what we can do then is ship the berries back up to here to be converted into dye, because we have a rich deposit. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself now. Let's go ahead and establish our settlers camp. We're going to go ahead and pop it down. I think over here is okay. We get the logging camp here, and I get the housing happening over here, and that should be it. Obviously, going to try and center it all around a church and plan accordingly. I wonder if there's a better, like, natural place for it. Looks like the hills are going up that way, like it gets higher up that way. I could put stuff there. It's a long way to go though, because trade is done from storage point to storage point, like internal trade, or like, you know, inter-region trade is done from storage point to storage point. So if I put them all down there, that's a much longer way for people to have to walk. But I think it's worth it. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop you down over here and hope I don't regret it. And we get to choose what kind of village it'll be. Now, we only have access to a town. We only have access to modest starting supplies. If you wanted to give more starting supplies, the plan is that you can, but at a higher cost, which makes sense. And there's different kind of, like, starting, I guess, sets of supplies, or not sure, to be perfectly honest, buffs and stuff like that, perhaps. But all we can do right now is a town. So let's go ahead and confirm that and establish, well, Zvio, which is going to be renamed based on your recommendations into Eisendorf, which means Iron Village. I received a lot of excellent suggestions, great kind of insight into German toponyms and stuff like that, so that was excellent. Thank you very much for that. And from the multitude of suggestions I got, Eisendorf stood out. Iron Village. Makes sense. That's why this settlement was made, and that's how it's got its name. All right, we have no fuel. Well, I'm glad I waited until this time. Nah, I just didn't register because we were paused for that entire process. So as you can see, we've got the homeless people's tents. We've got a very small population, 5 starting families, all unassigned. We've got our oxen and our hitching post, our supplies as before, and these bits of timber as well. Let's go ahead and first establish our where'd we go? Logging camp. You know what? I know I was saying I'll do it over here, but maybe we do it somewhere over here instead. Clear out these trees, clear out these trees. It's a lot closer to where a lot of the construction is going to happen. So that works for me. Pop you down there. And I suppose we could also get the forager hut established nice and early. A long way to go for foraging. But I suppose it was always going to be a bit of a trip. Yeah, here, let's do this. The forager hut over here. And the road will go follow. Well, actually, let's do this. I don't want to... Yeah, sure, let's do this. All right, so let's pull you over this way. I'm just going to follow this contour again, trying to force myself to be believable. I guess it's not that steep. It's not like no one's going to cut this turn or anything like that because it's so steep, but letting it at least influence my construction or my layout, and then we'll let the people's movement also determine it a little bit. You know, when they start to actually use this space, we'll see how they what desire paths they carve. All right, these burgage plots are all done, I think. Have any families moved in? None yet. Okay, there's still a bit of work to do. And the pack station is still under construction. It's received its goods, but it hasn't been built up yet. Go ahead and see clothing distribution still not looking too hot. And the farmhouse, how are we doing? Still sewing away over here. Leave them be for the time being. And in terms of construction goods, we have 11 roof tiles, so that is making progress at least. Alright. Yeah, these guys just not establishing a shop, just not quite yet. Alright, fair enough. Other new families started moving in. Alright, excellent. Let's go ahead and establish the chicken coop. That was the plan, right? Chicken coops. For all these homes that can have them. Yeah. Go for it. Get her done. And let's keep our attention over here, because these guys are in need of attention. If we don't pay attention to these guys, they're going to die this winter. It's, again, it's a bit of a... Oh, it's so cool. Look at that. Off in the distance, you can see the capital, as it were, our capital, I suppose. And so very far away, we have our new town. I love the sense of scale. Look at that. And you can see our manor off in the distance there, just poking its... the tower is poking its head over the trees. Oh my goodness. How cool is this feeling, eh? Oh my goodness, I love it. But yeah, you know, it's a cool kind of setup, because you're basically starting from the beginning. Like, what more is there to say? You're starting from scratch. Of course, you have the support of your hometown and the pack station once you build it. But in order to do that, I need to get some storage down. And I'm trying to figure out where exactly I want the storage to happen. Maybe this isn't a bad spot for storage to be centralized. The granary. No. I lose one of my oxen? Yes, I must have. That's a shame. Thought I have stable space, but I guess I miscalculated. That's a shame. Alright. Live free, little one. But yes. Put a warehouse down here, or a storehouse, I should say. Granary over here. So the berries get brought over and dropped off at the granary, then distributed at the market somewhere over here. Where is that underground water? Over here. So the well ends up here. Maybe the church right next to it. We can go ahead and establish our housing around there, and we can kind of spread out. Another well down here, another market down here, so far away from that one. Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Logging camp, let's assign someone. Go ahead and work over here. Chop away. And then we can, of course, finish building this forager hut. And start thinking about houses as well. Where should the well go? Suppose right there. Down right there. Trying to figure this out here. How big I want the space to be for the church and all that good stuff. Feels good. Put the church on the right side. Put the market around the well. Alright, let's do this. Put it down like this, actually. Perhaps like this. Oh, like this. Alright, cool. We'll get there. We'll get there. I assure you. Keep you low priority. Let's go ahead and make you high priority. Let's go ahead and establish our storehouse first, or granary first. Because if I need to bring food over, I can. Granary goes over here. The storehouse, will we have enough? We should. I don't need the storehouse right away, though. I mean, I've got some supplies out over here that'll spoil if it rains, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Alright, storehouse. Get you established. Get you facing this way if possible. Not snap you to roads. Because, yeah, I want this kind of a thing, I think. Suboptimal, to be honest. Like, this would be the optimal choice. In some ways. Now let's do this. Okay. Makes more sense, I think. Pop you down like so. And go ahead and... Can I make this nicer? Yeah, I think that feels a bit more how people would walk in this area. Alright, cool. Oh no, rain's coming. Rain's a-coming. You know what? You're medium. Granary's high. Storehouse is medium as well. I want to get that bread in that granary. We'll solve the homelessness issue ASAP. I assure you. We got 3 families over here. It is April. This field has been left fallow intentionally, so hopefully the fertility goes up a little bit. This one is done being sown. It is now being grown. This one is done being sown almost. You are growing as well, 67%. Okay. Alright. Not a lot of barley right now. How much malt do we have? Where is the malt? None. Okay, but we do have some stored over here. We have some barley left over as well. And we have plenty of ale. Things are looking pretty good on that front. Things are looking pretty good. Dyer's workshop. We're working away, making some dyes. Tannery. Nothing stored inside. Plenty of hides. No one working. This family is preoccupied selling, I guess. They have their massive vegetable garden. Keeping them preoccupied. Fair enough, fair enough. These guys. I don't know why they've been missed by the clothing fairy. I don't know, they seem to not get clothes. It's like the cutoff point, it feels like. Why can I not get one of these families to start a stall? Let's assign another one. See what's going on here. See what's going on here. We should be able to solve this. A decent number of eggs. A few more would go a long way, but that's why we're building more chicken coops. And this one's been built up. Need clothing out here. No people in here. Are these all empty? I guess they are. Alright. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted. Back over here. How are we looking? Under construction. Got like this one lady flattening the terrain, it looks like. Oh no. Nickel here is coming through as well. Alright. We're working, we're working. Speed time up a little bit. Box damage by Heather, what are you gonna do? Alright. Move you from the farmhouse. I don't think we need you there anymore. And Eisendorf is running out of food. Yeah, alright. Gotta solve this problem. 1 month of food. Granary needs to be made ASAP. Do we literally lose all of our bread? We'll have some. Very little. Starting supplies are over here, so it takes some time. We gotta pick up all the stone and stuff too. I guess they'd all gone to build the, that must be what had happened. They'd all gone to build the forager's hut, and so they had to come all the way back here to actually get to work on the granary. But they're making their way over now. I like the sudden, like, kind of change in pace that the expansion brings, you know? It's like, alright, back to basics. Let's get everyone what they need. Let's get these core things built up. All with a slightly different purpose compared to our first town, obviously. And so it's similar but different. And of course, again, like I said previously, we have the support of that old town as well now. We're okay, we got this, we're okay. As soon as that's taken care of, we'll get the pack station operational. But let's go ahead and order a mule. Don't think we have one to begin with, so let's order a mule. That'll take some time to get here as well. Should have done it a bit sooner, truth be told, but we'll be okay, I think. We'll be okay. Almost ready to harvest. Well, 124 days is not almost ready to harvest, I guess. Almost enough for me. Can I go ahead and upgrade this tailor's shop? I can indeed. Go for it. Let's start making a move towards the higher level burgage plots. And obviously I just sacrificed a level 2 or higher. It should come in. Maybe it's just under construction. That's why. All right, we'll see. How are we looking over here? All right, finally some construction. Still need some more timber and stone. There's the timber coming through. There's the stone coming through. All right. We'll get the well soon enough. It's a little stressful, I'm not gonna lie. We have not enough. We don't have enough fuel. We don't have enough food. These families are moving in over here. Which one is this? This one? Excellent. Chicken coop. Let's go. Get me those eggs. And what I'll probably do... Ooh, okay, that's looking good at least. Yeah. Clothing variety, though. These two families, they're just not interested in making money, I guess. There's so much to be made. Let's go ahead and establish maybe an additional market over here. If I extend this road from there over to here and close this off, I think that's believable. Right, we have a nice large area to put a put the rest of the market down in. Trying to make sure this stays straight. Go and do that. Like straight-ish. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do that. We'll put a market down over here. It'll be nice and big. Is there another spot for a well here? No, there is not. That's fine. That was wishful thinking. But yeah, if we get a market down over here, hopefully a lot of people will establish the stalls over here. They'll have quite a ways to go to pick up the resources they want to sell there, but hopefully they'll be able to maintain a decent rate. If not, we'll get another storehouse somewhere in the area. Perhaps back over here, you know, it makes sense. We've got storage next to all these markets and all that. That's what we were doing here. Why not do it over here as well? Or just generally over here. All right, granary is done in Eisendorf. Family is hungry, you don't say. Let's get some food over. Well, hang on. Got a family assigned over here, because hopefully they'll be able to bring... There's no bread. Okay. All right, we got this, we got this. High priority there. Get that finished. Just need people down there to actually build it. We don't have to bring resources over. But over to the pack station. I think we're still waiting for the mule here. They bring a lot of stuff over. That's good. But let's go ahead and establish the barter here. So the way this works is I have to select the target, Eisendorf. I have to choose what I want to send. In this case, we are sending bread. We have plenty of it. If I can find the bread. There we go. Right, we have plenty of bread. We got a decent amount of bread. Sure. Sending bread. And in return, what shall we get? In return, we'll get some berries. Or let's do that. These guys will go back and forth. We'll get that figured out. And hopefully we'll get these people fed. I'm really hoping the forager hut gets built, though, because I feel like we're going to rely on the local supply for at least a little bit. It's so far away. Is anybody even coming here? Yeah, okay, they are coming here. Oh, it's so far away. The cost of travel time, folks. My goodness. It's May. It's May. We started that in March, like mid-March. It's now May. Oh no. What have I done? What have I done? We're okay. We're okay. Let's get the market established over here. Let's see what that does for us. Hopefully it solves some of our problems. Marketplace. I think I'd like to put the road down, actually. Kind of mirrors what we've got going on over there. I'm going to put the road down like this. There we go. And then let's go ahead and get the market set. $57 locations. That sounds reasonable. 69, 71. Why is it denser? Oh, I see. It leaves a blank area. Okay, so I guess we got to do this in two parts. One part like so, perhaps. Short, 70. And another part like so. Giving us a total of 84. That sounds good. Cool. Alright. Excellent. We'll see if people actually start establishing markets. I'm curious as to why these two families aren't actually establishing markets. Is it because they're preoccupied with their orchards and stuff? I'd buy that. I'd buy that. Where are you guys working? You're a baker. Reasonable, you're right there. What about you? Where are you working? You're a dyer, also reasonable. Family's hungry. Forager hut has been completed. Excellent. Assign somebody here immediately. In fact, assign 2 people here immediately. Get to foraging some berries. Gotta take care of these people. Back to our pack station. We don't have to wait for a mule, by the way. But it seems as though they are choosing to. Yeah, we got bread. We got bread. Just need them to come through, pick it up, and take it over. And it takes time. They will walk over, which is why we established this route, which will hopefully be... I think it'll be a much faster route than going down this way, around, over, up. I think the route we established is faster, but maybe it's not. Maybe I need a even faster one. But like I said, I want to be realistic if I can. Where I can, I want to be realistic. Embrace, again, what the game is going for, right? Can't believe it's May. Gonna hurt Eisendorf. I mean, again, I can just check up over here what the harvest time is looking like. Fair enough. At least the food variety is looking good. Like, the food is getting quite far. No one is in red except for that distant house over there. So that's good and promising. Fuel, a couple of blind spots, I guess. Clothing just remains the big problem. You have everything you need to produce cloaks, so that's good. The moment I see one more clothing stall at this marketplace, I'll be satisfied. Okay. Oh, these guys, they want to market, right? Because they got to actually sell their goods. Oh man. I feel like we're racing against a clock over here, folks. This might be... Oh god, I might have gone about this in not the ideal way. We're gonna have to spend some time planning this out, because I want to make sure it's laid out properly. I want the church, I want a market, maybe a market around the entirety of the church, except for where the road is. That would be kind of cool. And then the housing all around it. But in order to do that, yeah, I need to spend some time figuring out exactly how it's going to be laid out. But these people are starving. Fortunately, it's the hotter times of the year, so they're not freezing, but they are being rained on every once in a while, so that's not great. Meanwhile, up over here, yeah, maybe I do just need more markets over here. I don't want to fall back on that. I don't want to fall back on that. I want one of these families to open a market and sell some of these shoes that they're collecting. 136 shoes. Surely one of them's thinking about how much money they can make by selling it. Right? You already have a market up over here. Maybe I just need another cobbler's shop and just hope that that family does the selling instead. Oh my goodness, folks. Oh my goodness. I guess that's the trouble with expansion. Growing pains. Growing pains. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed this session. This is what we're going to call it. I'm having an absolute blast, as always. It's great to see our town expand. And, I mean, pretty soon I'm going to have to pull the camera back for these end shots so I can actually show our, not just our town, but the entire reach of our influence. This is exciting. This is very exciting. Folks, if you've enjoyed this series, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a very big difference in letting me know what people are enjoying on the channel, letting me know what I should do more or less of, and how I should go about doing it. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, feedback, whatever it might be, drop it in the comments. If you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to consider subscribing. But apart from that, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. They'll keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time. Cheers.